Hello, beautiful and beloved ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions, and welcome or welcome back. And if you wonder about that strange title, these days I'm bringing you a message after about every other music reaction about this historic shift from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness for the entire planet. And this is a message video, so I hope you stick around to the end. But first, we're going to look at Alip Ba Ta doing hide and seek / ding dong. Here we go. Look at his fingernail there, at the top fingernail. See the thumb? It looks like he lets it grow long, specifically so he can use it like a pick. That's pretty cool, huh? Look at it. It almost looks like it's a pick. I bet you the other ones are short. We'll have to keep our eyes out and see, because I think he's doing that on purpose. That is so cool. And he's doing a beautiful job with it. And I didn't know this song, so apparently I had to look it up quickly so I'd have some kind of reference. So apparently it's kind of a song about a villainous kind of hide and seek where the guy is coming after the person's afraid of them, or the girl, or whoever it may be. And it does have a hauntedness to it, doesn't it? Can you hear the hauntingness to the melody as he's playing it? Wow, interesting. By the way, don't forget these days, my friends, that I have my member tiers, and I'm furiously putting videos, reactions in the bottom two, and the top one is 5D stuff that I got a lot of good stuff into. So if you're interested in any of that, check out the video on that. Let's go back just a little bit. Let's see those fingers. That other one doesn't look very long, so because I think it would get in the way. I would think even that long fingernail would get in the way. You have to have some real serious prowess not to have that fingernail get in the way. My goodness. Let's continue. That ding dong pat, doesn't he? And again, not knowing the song, I mean, I heard a little bit of it just to see what it was, but I mean, it still sounds beautiful. I think almost whenever he does anything on that guitar, it sounds beautiful. I mean, you almost, yeah, it's almost impossible to have something sound scary or something, though, you know. It's like but if you have the reference, of course, that's in the back of your mind, so you would be thinking of that. But man, he is just really it's just nailing it so beautifully, like in terms of the notes and everything else, just so flowing with the whole thing. Wow, he just does a great job at that. By the way, if you're enjoying this, give me a like, give him a like later, and subscribe, and let me know if you've heard of any song that he's done that doesn't sound pretty. They all sound pretty. I think doing it on that guitar is just a pretty sound anyway. A classical guitar is just a pretty sound. But give me a comment on that. Okay, here we go. And also, what's your favorite song that he does? Maybe I'll get a chance to do it. Give me some info on that. Here we go. have the haunting nature of it that gives it a little bit of that sort of thing. If you know the context already, right? Then you get a little bit of that, what would you say, that undercurrent there of what they're talking about. Here we go. Has to jump way up, from the down to the higher level to do that ding dong, and a lot of people would get lost in that, doing that over and again, I have to say. Oh, let's go back and hear that again one more time. Sorry. In other words, a lot of people, if you had to do that over and again, at some point you might make a mistake and hit the wrong thing, but not him. He just gets it right every time. It's like, I don't know, it's like the guitar and every bit of it is a part of his body, a part of his hands. It's like his hands are connected to them somehow. I don't know. It's like, they're not separate from him. I think if I ever saw him walking around with a guitar, I'd have to look twice. Without a guitar, I'd have to look twice because I wouldn't even know it was the same person. He just is so, him and his guitar is like one thing, you can't even separate the two. So let's see. Lee did a beautiful job as always. I think he's all done. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So let's see. We have to put it on my scale. 1 being very third dimensional, fear, pain, sadness, anger, suffering, fear, right? And 10 being very fifth dimensional, love, peace, joy, bliss, ease. I mean, if you just listened to this and you had no context and you didn't know the sound of it, it'd be a little bit haunting of a melody, but not necessarily in a negative sense. It would, what I'm saying? It would be beautiful and haunting, and it is beautiful, by the way, and haunting. But once you know the background of what it is, then that brings in a whole slew of other stuff, So let's see. Because he does it so beautiful, though. 1 to 10. Man, he does such a great job. And this is not about how great he did it. Now remember that. I'd have a lot of nerve judging how great he did it. I can't hardly even pluck a guitar. I tried it. And I gave it up. So, but it's about how much it pulls us to the higher dimensions. If you're thinking of it from you don't know anything about it like me, you would go with probably like a 9 on this one. However, having the lingering of the thought of what it's about in reality in the back of your head, which most of us would who know the song, and which came in for me as soon as I learned the song, then you have to go lower because of that meaning that's attached to it. So then I have to go with like a 7.5, I think, on this one. Okay, that's it. But just beautifully done by him as always. And friends, if you'd like to know a little bit about me, you can go to the About Me video on this channel, which leads you to another longer video about what I call my Forged in the Fire journey of 3D. But I learned a lot, became a transformational coach, similar to a life coach, but more powerful, I'd say. And also learned a lot about natural healing and know how to do that. So if you're interested in checking out any of those things that might be helpful to you, go to the notes here about Lorelei on Patreon. And by the way, subscribe while you're at it. That channel needs some people to subscribe. You can subscribe for free there. And what else? And there's also on there, you can show me a little love. There's a button there, a link there. And there's a buy me a coffee here. And I thank you and appreciate those of you who have shown me the love. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get to our fifth dimensional message, which is coming up on 5D. Why is fear truly an illusion? There's been many people that have told us throughout many centuries that fear is an illusion. It's things that we find references to in our religious books and certainly in the whole world of the law of attraction. All this has sprung up in the past 100 or so years about quantum reality and the law of attraction and how you manifest and all of this. And in there they're saying that fear is an illusion. And if you look at it, even in this very song, you can get an example of that, because not knowing the context of the song, it would have been beautiful with this kind of haunting melody, but not in a scary way. It would have been beautiful in every way. But knowing the context of it brought into my head what would be scary about it. You see, so it's all made up in our heads what is scary about it. Now I say that, but then you say, well, that's not really true, because if somebody gets mugged or, any of the situations we have going on around this world right now where people are getting harmed by other people, then people are getting harmed. And yes, they are getting harmed. However, we have to remember who is the creator of everything. I mean, yes, there's prime creator, but in terms of what has created this reality here, right? So that we could come and sort of experience these third dimensional lives. What has created this reality really is our consciousness, our collective consciousness. And I don't mean like little Lorelei here, but I mean at a higher level. We each have a higher level of ourselves, and those selves create this sort of playground here. And so it's really, we are one with them. So that is our consciousness. So we need to really understand, and we're starting to understand now, that it's our consciousness that creates it all. And once we start to come back together with the higher consciousness, and we align with that, and we understand this, we begin to use our divine given God spark consciousness to create what we want instead of what we don't want. So in that sense, fear is completely an illusion, because we've created it. We've created it to have this sort of third dimensional reality where you could learn your lessons. You could learn lessons from the painful things. You could have wonderful experiences from the loving, beautiful things. You could have it all here. And you really couldn't understand what it's like to just so appreciate a beautiful sunset or the life that you live, unless you have an understanding about if you didn't have that life, and you have this concept of death might come in. It gives you more of an appreciation of what you have. You see, when the angels and archangels and all were all floating around in the higher realms, they didn't necessarily have as much appreciation of it, because they'd never experienced what the opposite was. So they had a lot of appreciation. But not as much. This gives a deeper level. You see? And so when we kind of come back together with our higher selves, there's a way more understanding of how beautiful it is up there and how wonderful it is up there. So we create it. And so because we create it, really it's an illusion. And what happens is, as we get higher and higher and higher in vibration, or frequency, as you will, and we come closer and closer, we each individually can create something totally different. We could walk around on this third dimensional planet, and we will, by the way, having a higher vibration. Nothing can ever harm us, and it becomes a whole different planet. And when we're looking at this third dimensional planet, and we're looking at the beauty of it, as opposed to the trash on the ground or whatever, or the people that might be scary or whatever, when we're looking at that, that's what shows up in our world. That's how two different kinds of people can walk around in this world: the ones who are fear-based and the ones who are love-based, where nothing would ever harm them. I have literally walked around in that state I remember doing it at the Big E, the Eastern States Exposition a few years back, and I was on such a cloud. I was in such a high state. Now, normally I'm a person that people notice, right? Because I got a smile and I'm happy and whatever. But this time I literally was so high that I was invisible. I tell you, I was invisible because I would be standing right there in a line and the guy wouldn't see me to get me my stuff. And then I go, excuse me, I'm here. And I go, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. Like, you didn't see me here. I'm standing right here. And that happened to me a few times. I didn't get upset with it because I knew what it was. I knew that that day I was in such a high vibe that I was literally becoming invisible to the people in the lower realms. You see, and that's how you can walk around, by the way, and never have harm, because they're not even going to notice you. When I'm walking down the street and I see people and they're on their phones and they got a grouchy look on their face and they're unhappy or whatever, they don't even see me. I can walk right by them and they don't even notice I'm even there. I promise you, this happens to me all the time. I always know what vibration someone is as I'm walking around by whether they see me or not. And if they see me, I give them that smile and that, they give me and say hello, good day, whatever. And if they don't see me, okay, I don't bother because they don't even see me. So this is how it really does work, and then eventually with enough of us creating our reality like that, like it's a beautiful, wonderful place here on this planet, the whole thing shifts. So fear has got to be an illusion. There's no way, because everything that we fear goes away in an instant when we all shift and we shift in that direction. It all goes away in an instant. You see, it can't even exist around us when enough of us on this planet have let go of the lower vibrations and what there is to be afraid of, or even the idea that you could be afraid, that anything to be afraid of goes away completely, and the entire planet shifts and changes. Now, it's a little bit at a time, right? But pretty quick time when you think about it in eternal time. When you think about being able to shift an entire consciousness in about, I don't know, since we started this maybe around the year 2012 or something, up to the 2030s, 20-something years, that's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. So, and the earth begins to then also shift around us. See, so fear truly is not real because we are the ones creating the reality. How could the thing that we create be real? It's kind of like if you were the person who creates a computer game. Then you get in there, and we get into the game, right? And we're like, oh yeah, you think it's real, right? We're still in the game. We haven't stepped back out and said, oh, I'm the creator. I'm not the one. It's not real. I'm just playing a game, right? All we have to do is step out of that. And that's truly experience of it. So, let go of your fear. It's an illusion. All you need to do is just put yourself, do whatever makes you happy, do whatever makes you feel good, do whatever raises your frequency or vibration, and it all goes away. So I'm sending you that beautiful fifth dimensional energy, the love, the peace, the joy, the bliss, the fun, the play, the ease. Coming at you now. Here it comes. Namaste. I honor the God in you.